exploring some head-turning licks, devices, and techniques, and we're going to be playing over a really cool jam track that I titled D minor synth sounds. A track that has no basic chord changes. It's just one chord, kind of very atmospheric, dark sounding. All it is I'm just playing a D minor chord on the synthesizer and adding in different notes. Basically, I'm playing a D minor 9 chord. And that's it, right? So it's wide open for you to try all kinds of stuff and just have fun with. Let's go over some triad and arpeggios that we can blast over the track that are a lot of fun. I love the sound of arpeggios, and all an arpeggio is just the notes of a chord played separately. That's it. But because the chord is broken up and you're playing these wide interval jumps, and the way that you're playing it across the strings gives it a very unique sound. Here's the little device. Whenever you're in a minor key and you're playing natural minor, you can also not only use the root triad, which is D minor, but you can also use the one off the 5th. In the key of D, our A is the 5th. So I can play the A minor triad also. And the reason it works is because those notes are in the key of D minor. It's an A, a C, and an E. But notice the D is on the 10th fret right below that on the high E. If you go to that D, it gives it that D flavor. Now, something else I could do off of that, which is always nice, is the device continues. Wow, I could slide off of the E note in this instance, the high note, because that's just going to give me that F note. Remember our F note, right? Flat third in the key of D, that's a very important note. And you get cool licks like that. Resolving to the D. All off of the triad built right up a 5th from our root, D minor triad to an A minor triad. So you can have fun with that, right? Now, that triad is part of another arpeggio, and it sounds like this. I brought it back to the D, but that arpeggio, I love that one. Nice one to sweep. See how I can make it sound D minor. Now this arpeggio, I'm just going to stop it right there because you might know that arpeggio as an F major 7 arpeggio if I'm starting from the F note. Right? That sounds very major. Very F major 7. If I was to stop it and play it like that. However, the issue of major and relative minor and how we can exploit that. Well, remember, F major is the relative major of D minor. So you can play the major 7 arpeggio, the relative major 7 arpeggio off of the D note in D. So we have F. F is our relative major in the key of D, same notes. But we're playing what we might know as an F major 7 arpeggio, but we'll just focus on the D notes. And then it gives it that D minor 9 flavor because it adds that E note to the arpeggio. I played the arpeggio, but I ended it on the D. Play it and do that slide up to the F. End it on your D. Another thing you could do is when you're descending it, just go back down to the D. So you get this slow. But that's a really cool thing, playing that major 7 over the relative major 7 over in the minor. So try it. It sounds really good. But just remember, don't focus on those F notes. Focus on the D notes. So there you go. You know, there's some cool arpeggios and arpeggio techniques and devices that you could use. Add to your playing with your arpeggios. Make sure you mix them in with your scales and your licks, and you're not just playing the arpeggio straight up and down all the time because it might sound too sterile, too scalar, right? So you want to mix it in. Try these techniques and devices and keep studying the relationship between chords and scales and chords and arpeggios, because there's so much you can do, and it's all about the sounds. But that makes such a big difference, finding what sounds best to your ears, what scales you like to play over, what chords and what sequences, right? All right, so have fun with that. We'll see you in the next lesson. Take care and keep on rocking.